Welcome everyone to the Viewfinder Any Percent tutorial. We're now going to tackle Mirren, which is level, I think the 3rd hub world now. So we're ready to go here. There's 4 levels here. So right when you first start, again, you'll either hit the tram glitch, or you will just reset and you'll spawn up there. You'll immediately jump off and you'll land right here, and we get going from here. So the first level that we need to do here is this one. So how we do this one is you're just going to back up straight out the gate. So what you're going to do is you're going to back up here, kind of look this way and back up. And once you hit this little piece, you're going to jump and take a photo. So you'll spawn here, we'll back up, jump, take a photo. You should land on this staircase 99% of the time. If you go a little bit too far to the right, you'll fall off, but you'll get a feel for it. You just jump off here and take a photo. Now, I like to go about right here. So about right here, I can place this down in a way where this battery will fall directly on top of that. I was a little bit too far, but I'll be like right like diagonally with this battery, and I'll place this like right there, or even a little bit lower because I can then run underneath. So then I'll grab this battery and go here, and I'll place that there, and that's the end of that level. And then I can just click this here. So full speed, this kind of looks like this. So back up, jump, and take a photo. Line up like almost diagonally here. Place that down. Jump over. Throw that here. And then that's the end of the level. I threw that a little bit too far, but you get the idea. You can mess this up in a few different ways. You can put this down where like you can't get through here, or you can't place the battery. You can kind of fling the battery though. Like for example, you can do this. You can kind of like fling it underneath. They can walk forward and throw it, and it should work usually. Or you could do it too low, and it just doesn't clip the floor out for you. So there is a sweet spot here. So again, one more time. Back up, jump. Diagonal. There. Go underneath. Drop that there. And we're done. So this next level is the first time we see an IJ in this game. So an IJ is an instant jump. Again, what you're going to do is in your settings, make sure that your controls are set up to bind interact and restart to the same button. I have it set up to B right now. So right when you first get into this level, right when you spawn, you restart the level. I don't know exactly why it works, but you do just need to restart the level when you first get in. So you restart, and how the IJ works is you're going to walk up here. I think the easiest way to do this is to jump and then look directly down and then start moving backwards. So how this works is you need to keep track of the angle of your camera. So whenever I'm looking down like this, I know I'm in midair. Does that make sense? So I'll be like looking down and then look back up once I'm done with my jump. And then I know I'm in the air when I'm looking down. And then I'll back up. And this chair, so how this works is when you interact with a sitting object and you reverse at the same time, it will reverse you backwards in time. And if you're in midair while it's happening, if you stand up from the chair, you will get an extra jump midair. So hence an IJ, or an instant jump. So basically how this works is I'm going to walk up here. I'm going to hit B, which is my bound key. And when my camera looks down, I know I can let go of B, indicating when I stand up, I'll be able to jump again. So how that looks is kind of like this. I'll click and hold B, and I'll let go when I look down. So I'm going to do that from the beginning again because I was standing there for a while. So how it looks all together is like this. Hit restart. Look down. Look back up once I'm done with my jump. Don't change your camera angle. Look down. Click and hold B. So then I can jump and I'm up here. And normally you can't jump up here. You can't double jump at all. But when you reverse and you stand up, so normally if I do this, if I hit E, if I hit E again, I'll get out of the chair. But how this works is when you look down, I know I'm in midair, and I'm also standing up once I know I'm midair. So B, because I bound it together, will do that for me. So I will stand. So when I let go of that, I'm basically saying I'm getting up and I'm ready to jump again. So again, from the beginning, you hit restart at the start. Walk over here, camera down, back up. Then I'll back up, with being careful not to change my camera angle. Hit B, and I'll wait till the camera points directly down. Then I'll let go, and then jump again. Just spam jump when I'm teleporting. So that's how that works. One thing that people do to make this easier is to do the following. So when you restart, if I'm backing up, and I'll do my jump, look down, look up, I will do a quick flash to the side after I do it with my camera to indicate that the jump is coming up or I have to release soon. So watch this. So my camera will move slightly like there and then down. So I know it's coming up, so I know when to press. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I'll try to answer as best I can. And that's how it works on the current patch. It used to actually just show you physically your camera where you were, which was a lot easier. But now we have to track it with camera motion, which is interesting. So then you grab this photo, clear that out. You'll grab this, take a photo directly right here. So then this is taking a photo of the ending. I like to just place this right here. Some people put it over here. Either one's fine. Doesn't really matter. You can jump over here, and that'll be the end of this level. Now, this is by far, upcoming, the hardest trick in the game. This is easily the hardest trick in the game, bar none. So, this is called the mug launch. This is very, very precise. I want to give a shout out to Brian Nato for his setup for this, because I really like it. So what you do is you jump over here, you grab this photo, and we're actually going to use this mug to launch on top of this platform so we can just jump straight to the end. So how this works is there's a certain geometry on the mug where if we jump on it at a certain direction and time, it'll actually shoot you, because I think how it works technically is you're landing on a certain piece of geometry of the mug, in that it's kind of like a ledge, so it kind of feels like the game recognizes it as like a boost, and so it boosts you. So how we set this up is you'll jump into this corner right here. So notice how like there's a little bit of like, I'm holding S right here to go back. If I hold W, there's a whole nother spot right here. I don't want to be in that spot. I want to be on the left spot. You can try this yourself, but there's two spots here. I prefer to be on the left because it gives me more room to avoid this ledge up top. So what you're going to do, again, shout out to Bri for this setup. Setup with quotes, right? So you can look here. You'll put your cursor about at the edge of this stand. You'll jump up and barely shift forward, just to the point where you're like barely on the edge of this table. And then once you're on the table like this, what you're going to do is you're going to turn your camera, you're going to walk forward and jump right away, and you're going to turn your camera to the right as you're doing it. That's how I do it. So this is where we're set up, and we're going to walk forward and jump like this. So I missed it there. That one I got. So it's very finicky. It is very tough to hit. And there's a lot of caveats. So what you do, again, you'll jump over here, grab the photo, jump in this corner, be in this spot, jump up here on the edge, and then immediately jump up. You can reverse as much as you can. The main caveat I wanted to call out is the mug will move over time. See, there we go. The mug will move over time, so eventually you might need to reset the entire level. You don't have to do it all the time, because there is always a chance you'll hit it. However, you'll see over time, if I keep missing, the mug will, when we're reversing time, the mug is actually not in the same spot every time. So as I'm keeping pushing it like this, you'll notice it's farther this way on the, like it's farther that way on the table now. It used to be right here, but now it's over here. So it's not always going to be the same setup as when you first start. So not to say that you can't do it from one of these later setups. As you can see here now, the mug is all the way at the edge of the table now. So it's going to get harder and harder. But so that's why I say sometimes it's better to just restart the entire level, or just restart to the point where you can get the mug back where it started. But with all that to say, it is very finicky. It is not the easiest thing in the world to do perfectly, and this is definitely a run killer. So definitely practice this a fair amount, I would say. So again, corner, jump up, and then launch with the mug. With enough momentum to get above here. There is a second setup that I know folks use. I know Aerok uses one as well. I think, let me see if I know where this is. I believe they use this setup, so they go here, and they look in this corner, I believe. And then they jump, they tap forward and jump, I think is what it is. Like there, and then they look in between these two, and then they walk forward and launch. I'm not as good with that setup. I'm better with this one to start. So again, one more time is like this with the full speed. That was perfect. So then once we're up here, we can go all the way to the edge of this. Put this pretty vertically, I would say. Enough where we can get over to the side. We'll grab this and we'll do the end of the level normally. Take a photo of that. Place that and we're good. So that's the bug launch. Alright, so that is the first level. Level 2 is right next door. This one's pretty quick. These levels are pretty quick overall. So you don't even need to move. You can just look up here in this general direction. It's not too precise. You can look up here, grab the battery, place it where it'll just automatically drop, and then put that battery in that bottom right corner is usually where I like to do it. And then get really close to the teleporter, and then place it again on top, and then you're already done. So it's basically just 2 photos of batteries, and then you're good to go. So that one's pretty simple. This level, also fairly simple, I would say. All you have to do is make sure you're not cutting off this teleporter when you first spawn in, which it's not right now. Now I am, but now I'm not. So you'll take a photo of this. You'll walk to about here, and about here, you're going to make sure that the pad on the left side of this photo is almost immediately in the middle of this. That's going to be right about here. So we're removing the ground here, and we're just dropping it right on top. So full speed, it looks something like this. And then we're good to go. Pretty simple. You really just need to make sure you're not cutting this off when you're taking the photos. That's the only caveat. Next level, also pretty simple, pretty quick. You're going to not even move. You can if you want, but you're going to look about right here. I would say at this square or this square. You're going to take a photo right about there, and that gets the entire end of this level in one photo. So what you can do is you can even just look this way, point it downwards, so you get some more jumping times. You don't have to walk just directly straight out, because this is slow versus doing something like this where we can just jump and then like just do it really quickly and get to the end of the level. So full speed looks something like this. That's the end of that one, and this is the final level inside of this. So here I'd like to back up a little bit. Take a photo of both the pad and the teleporter at the same time. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn around, walk about to right here. It's not super precise. You just want to make sure you're removing the ground underneath this battery. Pretty simple. You know, if you want, you can find a lined up that works. I generally go right here, somewhere in between these two rugs. I would say closer to this one. And just drop it here, and then you're just walking your way out. So again, full speed, it looks something like this. So you back up a little, take a photo of both the teleporter and the mat, drop it there. Pretty simple. All right. Level 3. So in between these two levels, there are 2 ways you can get to the next level. Some folks like to go this way. They like to jump on this like desk and then go here. I'm not super good at this, unfortunately. They like jump on top of this and then jump over. But what I like to do is you start right here. I just back up as I get out of this level, and it's about the same time as just going up here. But there is a way. I would look it up in the Discord, but there is a way you can climb up over here. But you skip this level and you go right here. So now we're on to the sound levels. This is level 3. So when you first spawn into this level, you really don't even have to move. You can if you're fast, but what I do is I set up, so this pillar is key for this level. So this pillar right here. So this pillar needs to be in the bottom left, right about here. So right where this little ledge goes out of frame is where you're going to take a photo, because the boombox behind it is right about there. So what you do, you take that photo and you line up about right here. So right about here, I would say on this cross right here, if you're curious, this is where it is. It's right across from the phone. So if you're spawning into the level, it's about right across from the phone, from the megaphone. I don't know what this is called. So you'll put this, you see this pillar? You're going to line up that pillar with that receiver right here. And you'll see it lit up because there's a boom box right behind it. So that's number one. Number two, you don't even have to move when you're right here. You can just do that same thing again. In the bottom left, you can even see the boom box right there. So you're going to put that in the bottom left and just place that same photo right here. You might need to back up a little bit. Yeah, so in this situation, I need to back up a little bit. Based on that, I think I moved a little bit after I placed it, so that was why. So I had to back up a little bit, place that, and I can just turn around right away, and I'll be done with the level. So full speed, it looks something like this. Sorry, one more time. Got the boombox. Put that here. Take a photo of that. Back up a little bit. It'll be good to go. And I took a photo of the other side when I was doing that. So take a photo of the left side is usually the easiest way to do it. As you can see, if you're curious, this is what it looks like on the other side. And you'll just be standing right here and you'll be good to go. Next level is really easy, I would say. You just turn this on, take a photo, go towards the teleporter, turn it so the receiver is close to the speaker. It'll light that up, and you're good to go. So full speed. And that's that. Next level is we're basically making a chain of speakers is kind of what's happening. So as you're running here, we're going to turn this on, grab this speaker. I personally think my way of doing this is really solid. I know there's a couple ways to do this, but this is the main one generally. The same idea. So if you can see here, you can kind of see where the audio stops. What I like to do is put this right at the edge of that audio. So it's already facing towards that receiver, right? So I'll put this receiver that's about right here when I place it. You'll see that it's lit up and it's right at the edge of this sound barrier. So it's right about there. So it's perfect. So I'll place it and immediately take a photo right away. And I'll shift over, do the same thing again with this barrier, and then we're done. It's so simple in this way. You don't even have to like move around at all, and there's no doubt. As long as you're hitting the edge of the sound barriers. And then it's perfectly set up. You only need 2 of them. So full speed, it kind of looks like this. There we go. Easy peasy. Next level is also pretty simple. All you have to do is move to the right. Take a photo as soon as you see this lined up inside of your frame. Get really close to the end of the receiver, or the teleporter. You'll stand on this. It'll light this up and you're good to go. So that one's really easy. Only thing I'll say about this one is you'll be good to go if you can get this blue outline and the receiver inside of the photo, because you really don't need to go all the way like vertically like this. You just need to go as far as you need to where you can get both of them in. So like here would still work, even though the edge of the circle is cut off. So we're good to go there too. Finally, we have 2 more levels here. This one's not too bad. You just have to get this photo. You can stand right away on top of this, place this down, and take a photo of it. Pretty simple. So you grab the photo, step on the button, place the photo towards the receiver. And then you just take a photo of it. Line it up so the edge of this photo is like right next to this. The speaker is right next to the receiver. So about right here. And you're good to go. You can do that pretty fast too. You can optimize it pretty well. So here's the fast version. Walk here. Grab the photo. You could even jump here to start lining it up ahead of time. Grab that. And you can even jump here to make it a little bit faster so you're still moving forward. And you're good to go. That was pretty simple too. Finally, there are 2 setups for this level, and I'll show you my main way, and I'll show you the second way as well. So how you do this level is you grab this photo here. You go to this photocopy machine, make a second one. So Here is what I think is the easiest way to do this. So the main consideration when doing this photo is it has to be level. It can't be like this. It can't be like this. Like this first photo has to be level, right? It's the main thing to keep in mind. So level, it's about level. What you're going to do is you're going to jump into this corner. You're going to basically just stand up against this, turn around. And all you need to do is like, there'll be a tip and you kind of line it up with the edge of this receiver on the top, and you'll place it right there. You turn it like, I think once. Yeah, so you'll turn it once this way and make that tip go right on top of there. And you'll jump on top of here where this is just barely close enough to light this. And then you're already on top of this. And from here, you can reach the teleporter. So you don't even have to move. So it's really convenient. The only thing you have to get perfectly is to make sure that you're lining up that first photo straight out. Otherwise, this receiver won't be able to recognize this because it'll either be too low or too high. So that's the main thing. So full speed, it looks kind of like this. Let's grab this, make a duplicate. Line this up straight out. Go here, turn this once, the tip there. And it's lit up, and that's it. There is another way to do that level where you can do it sideways. So some folks do this a different way. I'll show you the other way if I can remember what it feels like. So you do the same start, grab the second photo. I believe people do it like this, where they like jump on top of the viewfinder. And then they do this, I think. I think that's too vertical. Oh no, this worked. So that was about right. I don't normally do it this way. There is a more precise setup for this. This did work, funny enough, because it is really close. However, you can easily mess this up, so just be careful. I like to do it the first way I showed you, but that's just my preference. The final level here, instead of walking all the way around here, you can just jump to this ledge and hold W and A. Just kind of slide and then jump across. You can fall there, which sucks, so be careful. But yeah, it's a little bit of a shortcut. So we skip this, go all the way up to the last level in this hub. And this level is all about perspective and portals, actually, funny enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to run up these stairs. Going to go through this portal to set this up, go through here. And technically, we could just go directly through here and grab the battery in here. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through this portal and then this portal. So what happens is the one that we started with is closer to the battery. So now, instead of having to go here and back, you just have to go here and back. So that's my personal preference. It is, I think, like a second or two faster. But everyone has their preference. So that's just mine. Go here, drop the battery, and we're through. This level is pretty simple. It's just walking through the normal way. There is a very intense skip that can save you like 20 seconds or so here on this level, or 30 seconds, I think, if you do it perfectly. This level is using an IJ. So basically what it is, it's like looking up here and running backwards in order to get around this corner and to flip this button and then doing another IJ to get back. It is incredibly difficult. Even the folks who run this game at high levels, I would say are not super consistent with it. People are as consistent as it can be, and it's really tough. And applause to the folks who can do it, but it is very, very difficult. I would not recommend it for beginners or even medium runners. But to how to do this, as a side note for that skip, I would definitely recommend checking out the Discord. There's some pretty good explanations on how to get through that skip. So you go through that portal. Go through here, skip that one. We're going to go ahead and flip the switch. Then we're going to jump over here. We're going to try to jump as directly as we can into this green portal. And we're going to jump on this table, a little bit more direct of a line. And go through this portal, and then we're done. Pretty simple, just a lot of walking around. All right, this final level, there are 3 ways to complete this final level, right? And I'll show you all 3. So the first way to do it is the normal way to do it. This is the safest, and I would say beginner friendly. So you go through the white portal, then the red portal, then the blue portal. And then you go here, and then you just walk straight through. That's the first way. The intermediate way to do this is the following. So you'll start the level. And the intermediate way is to just skip the red portal. So what we do is we start with the white portal. And then we just skip the red one and go right to blue. And then when you're standing here, the route you have to take is very precise. You have to go up this table, around this corner, into the white portal, and into the final. So I'll show you what that looks like. So I hit that. So I would have been able to teleport there. So that was good. I'm not going to do it for the sake of showing you the last level. So that was perfect. The last one is incredibly difficult, and I would say expert level. How you do this one is really simple. You just go through the blue portal. And then what you do is you have to go all the way around like this. It is, I feel, frame perfect. You have to really, it is very tight. And then that's how it looks like, basically. So the beginner one, you go through all three. The intermediate one, you go through these two. And then the final one, you just go through blue. I would say only a couple people consistently do it through only the blue portal. It is very precise. Highly recommend you try it out for yourself. It is very, very intense. But for the sake of argument, I'm going to do the intermediate one. This is the way I would say most people run this. So you just go through white, then blue, then around. Might have missed this, actually. Yep, so we can restart it. Even the intermediate one is a little precise. So it really depends on how you get around that first corner, if you bonk or not. So up. Then you can even reverse here to try to get it. You can reverse until you get it, or you can just restart the whole process. Normally, I would say restarting is faster, just to kind of get the jumps down. So you can go all the way back to here. That was good. This one should be fine. Nice. So even then, still pretty precise, and the expert level's even harder than that. So would recommend practicing. For this final part of this level, you just really need to follow this route. And you'll jump up these steps. Final note about this, once you hit this button, you need to really make sure you're looking right away at the gun. If you do not look at this gun, it will not start the cutscene. So what you need to do is hit this, immediately look at this gun. If you don't look at this, it won't start the cutscene until you do. So make sure right when you click that, you're looking at this the whole time. I think the point you can stop looking at it is after it crashes like this. I think you're good to stop looking at it after this point. So after the gun fails immediately, I think you could start looking away. So you can walk around and go through the exit. All right, and getting out of here is pretty funny. So you jump on this ledge, and then you jump over the gates for us to teleport over there. And again, it keeps your camera angle for what it is when you fall off the edge at the hub world. So you can walk to here. And this is the final train. This train does not have a setup, but I would say it's the easiest to get out of. But funny enough, I would normally say to just reset, because it was probably faster to just reset this level inside of the tram once it gets halfway. And I'll show you what that looks like. So you can try to glitch out of here in this corner like we normally would. Or you can wait until the tram gets to the middle and it loads the next level. So I'll show you what that looks like. So we'll wait until the camera kind of pulses, and you'll see it in a second. Wait. Right there. So then we'll quit the menu, hit enter twice, and then it'll already load you on top of this level. If you do the tram clip out of that level, it'll start you down there. So most people in the community, I think it's faster to go up here. I could be wrong about that, but feel free to test it yourself. I normally say just reset there is easier, and it gets you up here in about the same amount of time it does to jump out. So, all right, so that was Mirren. Thanks for watching.